2, 1.
The 36-year-old groping allegations against Brett Kavanaugh fall apart, the economy soars to new heights, and Democrat Senator Mazie Hirono needs a fainting couch. Then, the one and only Ken Starr joins the program to discuss the special counsel, his old employee, Brett Kavanaugh, and just how wicked the Clintons really are, even worse than you think. Finally, the mailbag. I'm Michael Knowles, and this is The Michael Knowles Show. All right, we've got to have the daily Kavanaugh allegation update. I guess that's all we do now. That's all any show can do, is talk about not credible allegations from 40 years ago about what a teenage Brett Kavanaugh did. So this has all fallen apart. As I predicted, by the way. I would like a little credit here. Let the record show. I never took these allegations seriously, and they're even less serious today than they were yesterday or the day before. So we've had a couple people come out and say, I went to high school with them and I know that these are real. And then the second anyone asks them a question, they say, oh, never mind, I take it back. So that's not going to work. The woman, Christine Blasey Ford, said that she was going to testify before Congress, and then she didn't do that. And then now they say they want an FBI investigation. Why? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what the FBI is going to do. The FBI is just going to go to the Oracle at Delphi, and they're going to say, oh, Oracle, tell us what happened at a party that may or may not have even occurred 36 years ago. They're going to rub the crystal ball and say, oh, thank goodness the federal government possesses this crystal ball to let us know what happened. So that's obviously frivolous and absurd. The Democrats first said that we need to hear this woman. We need to hear this woman. The Republicans don't want us to hear this woman, and we are going to hear her or else. And then the woman said, I'm not going to testify. She said, how dare those Republicans try to bring this woman to a hearing? How dare they? How insensitive. She should never speak before a hearing. So it's all frivolous. But I would like to give out, for the first time ever on this show. You know, we're almost near award season now. We had the Emmys over the weekend. In a month or two, we'll get into the film awards. I want to give out the Not a Very Serious Person Award, the first annual Not a Very Serious Person Award, for her performance in the fake Brett Kavanaugh allegations. That would go to Hawaii Democrat Senator Mazie Hirono. Mazie, come accept your award.
Guess who's perpetuating all of these kinds of actions? It's the men in this country. And I just want to say to the men in this country, just shut up and step up. Do the right thing for a change. Okay, you can see I'm a little upset by this, you know.
Mazie Hirono setting women back hundreds of years. Would you like a fainting couch, ma'am? Would you? But the men, I hate the men, and it's all the men's fault. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh. They're there. They're there, it's okay. Step up and do a change for once, she says, by the way. So first of all now, all men are assailants or rapists or whatever, according to this frivolous woman. But then she says men should step up and do something good for once. For once, as though men have never done anything before. I should like to point out, I don't really believe in this sort of sexual conflict that Mazie Hirono is bringing up, but just to answer her point, we know that men have stepped up and done great things before. We know this even in recent history. The evidence for that is that if American men had not stepped up and acted courageously and done the right thing, then Mazie Hirono and all of the other American women would be speaking German right now, if they were even allowed to speak. You know, every great war, you know, all of the defense of our country, running the government, there are a lot of, I think men have done okay. I think they've done okay over time, but Mazie Hirono, oh, men, wah. All of the arguments, by the way, that have ever been made, all of the sexist, chauvinistic arguments, are that, you know, women are more prone to be emotional and paint with a broad brush, and, you know, that's why they can't be in public life. And then Mazie Hirono just goes out, I hate all the men, wah. But then, that actually isn't even the least serious thing she's done all day. She goes on, and someone asks her, okay, you're saying that these allegations of against Brett Kavanaugh are fair, they're real, we should believe them. What could Brett Kavanaugh do to prove them wrong and to exculpate himself? Here's what she says.
You have a second question?
Talk about men stepping up. What, if anything, could Judge Kavanaugh say in this hearing that would convince you that he didn't do what he's accused of?
He is saying that he didn't do it. What else can he say? So I set that aside, and I look at what Dr. Ford is saying, and we've all said she makes a very credible claim.
So nothing. He can do nothing. What could Kavanaugh do to exculpate himself? Well, nothing. He can't say anything. I don't believe anything he said, even though he has an unimpeachable career in the public eye. He's been a judge for 12 years. But yeah, okay, I don't believe anything he said. But then a woman who refuses to testify, to speak to anybody on the record, no witnesses, the only witnesses that she can even muster up say it never happened, calls it absolute. That's the woman that we have to believe. That is not a serious person, Mazie Hirono. But it's also not a credible allegation. You heard that word. Did you hear that? She said that at the end, credible. These are credible allegations. She's a credible accuser. And this is a point on language that I think we all need to pay attention to. You know, they say brevity is the soul of wit, so I try to always use an economy of words when I write things. And I bring this up a lot. I did a Prager video on the importance of language. Democrats pervert the culture and pervert our politics by twisting language, and we let them get away with it. They just say slogans that are not true, that distort reality, that pervert reality, and we let them get away with it. Sometimes we start using that language too, and that over time perverts the culture. So I'd like it pointed out. I wrote a column on this a few days ago. I talked about it on the show. I never thought the allegations were credible, even if the woman's not lying, or even if she's misremembering or what. I'm just saying the allegation itself is not credible. Why? Because there's no evidence for it. It was made well after the fact, in the heat of a political moment, no witnesses. The story has changed. Nothing about it is credible. The Democrats, though, have insisted from the beginning it's a credible allegation. It's credible. It's credible. When we see this now, they've got their talking points. All of these left-wingers, this guy Dan Pfeiffer, who he's on one of the left-wing podcasts, and I think he was an Obama alum, he tweeted this out, quote, credibly accused sexual assailant Donald Trump, putting credibly accused sexual assailant Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court, tells you everything you need to know about the Republican Party, pish posh. And, but what's credible? Explain to me how those allegations are credible. What's the allegation against Donald Trump? Donald Trump paid off money to a woman with whom he had a sexual encounter. Probably more than one woman, if we're being honest. But that's a credibly accused sexual assailant? I don't think Stormy Daniels is saying she was assaulted. I don't think that other girl from Playboy is saying she's been assaulted. I don't see that. Now, there are accusations swarming all of these public figures and swarming a ton of Democrats, like Keith Ellison, who's accused of beating his girlfriend, or Bob Menendez, or obviously Bill Clinton. We'll get to that when we talk to Ken Starr. You never hear the credibly accused over there. You never hear that about Juanita Broderick or Kathleen Willey or Jennifer Flowers. But they get on that point. A CNN analyst, Susan Hennessy, said, quote, it is worth pondering that if this doesn't make a difference, and good money says it won't, 2 of the 9 justices of the U.S. Supreme Court, imagine the